else. Hi, everyone. I can't see anybody. Is our young ladies here for real? Oh, that's my girl. You know, it takes me probably about the 10th or 11th game to know all of their names. So they just get used to me calling somebody April when their name is May. They don't even get mad no more. And I'll get up sometimes screaming, and they're saying, "Who is that?" It's me. This is amazing. My grandmother was a storyteller. They're from Norway, South Carolina. It was 14 of them, and pretty much all passed away by just going to sleep, pretty much. 80 years old, all of them. And she would, when we were little kids in Canton, Ohio, she would always tell us stories, just a bunch of stories, and we would just sit there and listen to all the stories. And she said that came from, I've been doing this Ancestry.com thing, and it's been great. And I looked at her grandfather, and his birthplace was Africa. So it was just that short that his was Africa. And so she told us all the stories. I saw everybody with their note, with their little things. We were just storytellers. Our family are storytellers. And I try to tell my kids all the stories, just all the different things in life. So I can write somebody's name and tell the story just from looking at the names on here. So I got a bunch of names up here. But the one that really lets me know how God just make things happen, I wear all the Rollins gear. Anytime you see me, I got it, because it's free. So I wear Rollins gear. My lady friend tells me, we're going somewhere, but you can't wear no Rollins gear. And so I have to travel a lot sometime, going back to Ohio and speaking with people. And I have Rollins on, and I'm in Cleveland. And we're getting on the trolley or the train to come over. And I got my Rollins gear on. And this tall man is on the train with me, and we're there. And he looks over and he said, "Rollins?" I said, "Yes, yes." And I can't wait to talk about Rollins. Rollins, yes, one of the #1 schools in America. It's called the Harvard of the South. And I was going, I got this story down pat. It was so funny because it was the new president of Rollins College. So he was just playing me. He was playing me. Oh, that's great, great. I'm from Worcester, Ohio. Well, I'm from Canton, Ohio, 30 miles up the road. We're from Route 30. Yeah, and then he was saying, yes, yes. Well, we're going to be doing some great things. And da-da-da. And I was like, oh, man. But did I do a good job? I was selling Rollins. I was saying, well, in Division II, you don't, you're eligible. I don't care how old you are. He was tall. I said, maybe he's going to play. Yeah, he's tall, so let him play. Shoot, Division II, no eligible. I mean, you can just be 100. If you can play, you got it. You're on the team. And so I look at all these little small things that just connecting the dots. That how did I get here? I'm across the street at a church called All Saints Episcopal Church. And Young Life, I was a Young Life person. And Young Life transferred me here from Canton to Boston. And from Boston to Florida. So I'm across the street, and this guy says, named C.C. Alexander says, listen, Coach Wilkes, you got to meet this guy, Coach Wilkes, you got to meet him. One of his assistants, she quit like in the middle of the year, September, and he just needs somebody for 1 year. And can you help? Can you help, for 1 year? 1 year, Coach. 30-something years later, and we are still together. And I wouldn't trade it in for nothing in the world. It has been a life-changing experience for me. Now, what is Eddie Cole to Rollins College? I love Rollins. I truly do. I love wearing the blue and gold. I love when I was coming here, and I was from Eatonville. Well, that's where I was living, and they were saying, "You going to Rollins? That's a prejudice school, da, 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 da." I mean, I just heard all kinds of things. And I was saying, well, connector, I'm going to see what they're talking about. And all I found was a group of young ladies who had one thing in common, an orange basketball that wanted to play. And the rest was just a bunch of people that we just didn't know each other. So one of my connections first was that the west side of Winter Park get to know Rollins College, this place they call On the Hill. And the first thing we did with Coach Wilkes' blessing was to bring our kids from Rollins, our girls, to go over to the West Side Community Center, and we started doing basketball camps. Next thing I know, they was in Eatonville, and for 10 years, they did the Thanksgiving senior program with our seniors. All of our seniors, they would feed them Thanksgiving, and they hear all kinds of say, "Hey, girl, bring me some more of them greens." I mean, it was just so funny. Our girls didn't have greens? Yeah, greens. And it was just an amazing time. So my part of Rollins, and before I do that, let me first of all thank the selection committee. This is awesome. For you to get up and mention that, and we always would look at each other in the hallways and stuff and just smile. Spirits know spirits. It's just that simple. We didn't have to sit down and have a long conversations, but spirits know spirits. Good people know good people. And I honor you for saying that. Thank you so much. I want to say, with my 30-year people that I really know, I have to mention my bestie as like my brother, Paul Morgan. Paul, I know you hate it. Put your hand up. Paul and I have been together since the day I moved here. He was one of the group of men that brought me here with an organization called New Hope to start Young Life. Another one in those 30 years is Rodney Daniels. Rodney Daniels is my first Young Life kid here. We've been together over 30-something years, and I said, wherever I go, you will go with me. Out of 12 guys, he believed in me, and we've gone across this America together. Jordan camps, LeBron camps. If I go, he's going with me. I love you. You are special to me forever. David Odehowski, Mr. Winter Park. He can't figure me out for nothing in the world. He just go, that Eddie Cole, that Eddie Cole. It was his birthday, and he's having this meeting at Eda Bush Foundation, and they're all sitting there. I go to the dollar store and buy all these balloons on his birthday. And while they're in there in this big meeting, I just go to the window and knock it on the window. And it was my friend's birthday, so I gave him some balloons and all these other businessmen. I bet you that was a big meeting you was in. They would say, who is that? Uber Eats ain't even in yet. And I just go there because that's the relationship I have. I'm going to be Eddie Cole, whoever I'm with. If I'm standing on the stage, which I have with the President of the United States, I've been with 2 or 3 presidents, and they're just the president that I honor, but I'm still Eddie Cole. It doesn't change. That's what makes life so special. I know if this is being seen, I have a 90-year-old girlfriend in Canton, Ohio, named Miss Gwen Singletary, that watches everything we do about Rollins or any ministry that I'm in. And if Miss Gwen, if you're hearing this, I love you. This is for you today, Miss Gwen. Turned 90 years old about 2 weeks ago, and I'll have lunch with her next week because I'm going to Canton. So what is my responsibility with Rollins? Yeah, we do the X's and O's and we run. We have a girl just probably watching it named Leslie Hudson. Coach Wilkes had a drill called, we don't know what the drill was, but the girls who literally be throwing up, it was a tough drill. And she was from Georgia. Every time we drilled this drill, she was a cussing. I hate this drill and stuff. And Coach Wilkes looked at her, you hate this drill? You hate it, huh? Well, guess what? I'm going to name it after you. And it became the Hudson drill. And that Hudson drill still exists, and our girls can tell you right now, do you like that drill, young ladies? No, they hate that drill. But my job is the 5th quarter. There's 4 quarters in basketball. Mine is the 5th quarter. What is going to be with that young lady when she leaves here? That's my responsibility. What are you going through while you're here? Coach Wilkes had a great responsibility. I've learned, too, My years of being with him is from a pastor's book that said, how to be number one at being number two. I got it. Never wanted his job. Couldn't do it anyway. But I never wanted his job. I understood what his responsibility was. He told me what mine was, and I tried to be number one at it. So anybody who got any ambitions of being anything and you are assistant, learn to be number one at being number two. And then you'll get elevated to the next one. The fifth quarter we was at Michael Jordan basketball camp. And Coach Wilkes, we got this young lady from Haines City that was awesome. And we were going to build our whole team around this young lady, everything. Coach Wilkes works those numbers and doing strategy in his sleep probably. And so we're in the room, and Coach Wilkes is getting it, but I get this phone call from the young lady and said, Coach, I'm pregnant. It was tough. Now I have to be the bearer of the news. And the good news on that, the young lady's doing great. The young man and her, he graduated from Florida State. She graduated from Rollins, and they got a great family. But yes, really, really, really good. And I'll touch that. But I remember Coach Wilkes was doing all of the notes, and I walked in, and I said, I can't tell him. I can't tell him. By the fourth or fifth time, I finally said, Coach Wilkes, Kim's pregnant. And he says, oh, okay. But I knew he was devastated because we was building our whole offense around her. And then he said something that just blew me away. He said, well, I got to find something for her because I'm not sending her back to Haines City, not Rollins. We're going to find something for her to do. She's going to be a student coach until she has that child, but it will not go down that we send her back from Rollins. And she was on that bench, pregnant. She had the child. It was tough for her to keep playing, but she hung in there, got her degree, was Polk County Teacher of the Year about 4 years ago. Same young lady. That changed our relationship to the main, because a lot of people don't know that part about him. That part that said, I'm not sending that young African-American girl back to Haines City where somebody can say you didn't do it. So he made sure she made it, and she is doing great to this very day. Another couple stories is I had two young ladies work with the kids at our church. I had two young ladies that was at our church, and the first basketball camp they went to was Rollins. And I would tell them, one day you're going to wear that jersey. And I remember the one young lady that's here, she had the jersey on, and it was all the way down here. She was so little, and she enjoyed herself at camp. And that same young lady that never missed church and just believed in whatever I was saying took us to the Final Four. Sarah Taylor. Sarah Taylor has gone on now to be a coach at Embry-Riddle. And for us, and they had the same colors, the whole 9 yards. The thing that's so important about this, I love the game of basketball. I love the 4 quarters. But it's that fifth quarter that makes me go. That fifth quarter to make sure that these girls are fine. That fifth quarter to see some of our young ladies, 52, 53 years old, and they're on Facebook now, on social media, where I found every book we had since we started except 1 year. And I put all those pictures on Facebook now, and all of them coming back, and they're looking at those pictures, and it's bringing back memories. And those are the times that make this so important. So this Hall of Fame thing really is for me to stand because I have the mic and to showcase the ladies that God has allowed me to be with all of these years. To my children that are here, my twins, Alex and Alicia. My son, I don't know how he did it, but when I go to his farm, I am just like at Disney in that at adventure thing, I stay in the truck and I wave. I don't know where it came from. This boy got some land. About him and his buddy got about 38 to 40 acres in Umatilla, Florida. And every animal you can think about, he has it. And I'll go out to the farm, and I'm going to remain a city boy that waves at his horse and waves and leaves. It's so amazing because me and one of my best friends, Tammy, who's not here today, but Tammy is my first recruit for Rollins. I went to go and see another girl, and I saw Tammy, and I said, Coach, we got this young lady we need to get. And that was Tammy Newcomb. I ended up being in her wedding. She's everything to me. She's just one special lady. The toughest part tonight, and this is why I'm not all over the place, but the toughest part is the person that drove my spirit to do all of this was my daughter, Michelle. And y'all probably saw her picture up there. She's a gym rat, so she's been at Rollins since 7 years old. Never missed a game, even when I went through a divorce. But me and her mom and our families are very close. But going through a divorce, and my kids were with me, and they were at every game while I coach right behind the bench. And she was kind of the one that's supposed to watch. And she started filming for us in the whole 9 yards. And about 2 years ago, 2019, she came, we had a game. And she came in, and her and her husband, Jermaine, and she said, hey, Dad, I need to talk to you about something. I said, sure, come on. And the first thing I said, hey, y'all in youth ministry, please don't tell me y'all having another baby. They only had one, but I was thinking, 2 ministry, y'all gonna be eating free cheese. And so she said, no. And she's still kind of laughing. She said, I just went to the doctor and they diagnosed me with cancer. Tough, real tough day. So I'm there and I'm angry of just having children because I had a mother that died of cancer. 2 sisters died of cancer. And I was saying, man, I brought these kids in here and this is starting to happen. It was pretty tough. And she said, oh, we're going to fight this and we're gonna beat this. And I went to the game, and I think I went up to Coach Wilkes' office and I told him, and I sat in that game and I was numb. And the game had to go on. And I remember her with that 5'9" and a half with the shoes 5'10" or something, walk in like she normally do and walk over there and say, let's go, Lady Tars. And she's at this game after giving me that news. She gave me that news. Tough time, very, very tough. And Tammy and I have been walking through this, and I told Tammy, she said, the toughest thing about this tonight, she said, what? And I said, Michelle ain't gonna be there with me. She has been everywhere with me. Anything, that girl was with me. We are that kind of relationship of that father and daughter. And Tammy wrote me this. She said, Mr. Eddie, you know you're not doing this without Michelle. You never do anything without her. From the moment you did your young life with her on your shoulders in Boston, she had been with you every step of the way. You two have very special bond that I have never witnessed before. She may not be there with you in the physical sense on earth, but you are no doubt walking this earth. You're not no doubt walking this earth alone. I don't know scripture, but I know you do, and I know there has to be one that speaks of the heart that you have. It's amazing to watch you do God's work that he has planned for you and how you walk in life to serve him. Coming from Tammy, that meant so much. That meant so much. And I do understand this whole deal. And I don't mean to make this night a blurry night, because this is a wonderful night for all of us that's inducted. But after the game is over, there's that fifth quarter. For all the things that we do, there's that fifth quarter of life. The best thing we can do is how can we change somebody else's life? How can this education that we've gotten and the school that we've gone to, how can we make a difference in someone's life? We had a girl named Tara Cantrell from Georgia, Beaufort, Georgia, and she calls me during this fifth quarter, and she's graduated, and she has a major problem. What's your problem? I graduated from Rollins, and I got a problem. What is it? 5 schools want me to teach there. Is that amazing? Is that some good words? 5 schools, and she didn't know how to pick what school she was going to go to because she had a degree from Rollins College. We had another young lady that was between of, I don't know what I want to do yet, so I'm just going to work at Target and see what I'll do afterwards. And Target looked at her application and had Rollins on there, and they put her in the management program. And she said, I don't even know how to do the register. They put her in the management program. For an African American to go to this school and graduate, it's even super special. Trust me when I tell you that, for those who don't understand that. V is here with us right now. V's family is original, some of the originals from Eatonville, Florida. To see her come through our school and come here made me feel good. One of her family members is the great Deacon Jones that played for the LA Rams. And she's there. Now she's at Florida Southern. I say that real like I do that like the announcement. And she's at Florida Southern. She's at Florida Southern. Those are the things that are the most important. So I want to thank everyone for coming tonight. It's more things, but you know, we've had a night. We've had a night. My second half of this life of mine is to do more. I am the chaplain with the Magic, and one of the things I want to do, not only there, but Rollins and with these young guys is a lot, and young ladies, is character development. We have to teach them it is more than just basketball or whatever that sport is. I had one young guy from one of the teams, opposing team the other night at the Magic, and after I finished speaking, and he's a star player, he wouldn't leave the room because there was some stuff on his mind. I went to the point of saying, y'all have a game in about 10 minutes. He said, it will wait. And you still had 41 points against us, and they won. That's just how much that fifth quarter means. So everyone, take advantage of it. Robert, when I came here, I was here before him, I think, a couple, but then he was security. Robert is making sure that every kid have an opportunity to be special at Rollins. Not only African-American kids, but all kids. You're special, man. That's not normal to some people. It's just special, man. He loves kids. I have sent so many kids. We had a kid, Adlam. Am I saying this right? Josh could have went to Morehouse. His mother called me and said, I want him to go to Rollins. I know you go to Rollins. Would Rollins be great for him? I said, Rollins will be awesome for him. Let me get Robert on the phone. We got Robert on the phone. He came here. He aced Rollins. Aced it. No worries, no problems. So I appreciate the 4 quarters, but I love the fifth quarter.